Hello and welcome to this brief video looking at the Olympus cameras that I have in my collection. This was prompted by a sudden realization that I have probably more Olympus cameras than anything other than Kodak, and this is somewhat driven by a recent obsession with digital cameras, or a recent expansion I should say into digital cameras from my analog film collection. So I thought it worth putting a little video together, just showing the Olympus cameras I have and why I like them. So I'll start with at the beginning with the original Olympus Pen from 1959, the camera that really popularised the half-frame format. Haven't actually used this particular one, but I do like half-frame cameras in general. And one I have used is the Olympus Pen EES, which was a 1962 variant, very similar, but with the addition of the selenium light meter on the front. As I say, I've used this one, so I will pop a couple of photos in just to show you the results I got from it. These particular shots were taken in Brussels. They're of the Atomium. Next up is the Auto i2 EE, actually slightly earlier than the Pen EE, made in 1960 this one. First Japanese camera with auto exposure. I've also used this one, so here's a couple of photos. These were both taken in the Lake District here in the UK. There is one more film camera here, but I'm going to skip that and move on to the Olympus E300, which is a digital camera from 2004. 8 megapixel sensor. Particular of interest is this is a Kodak manufactured CCD sensor. It's very rare to have a Kodak made sensor. It is actually an SLR, even though it doesn't necessarily look like one, and it has a 4/3 mount rather than a micro 4/3 mount. But I have actually used this one as well and found it really quite nice to use. And these shots were taken at a place called Burling Gap on the Sussex southern coast of England. Next up we have the EP1, which was the first micro four thirds camera from Olympus in 2009. It wasn't quite the first micro four thirds camera, which was the Lumix G1, but this very lovely camera. I love the brush metal, especially paired with that 70mm lens. 12 megapixel sensor on that one. And here's a couple of shots taken on London's South Bank with the EP1. Next we have the EP3. I skipped the two. There are a lot of very similar designs between the various models, so I didn't really feel the need for all of them. I loved the EP3 in white, but I'm going to be selling this one actually for reasons I will go on to. And that reason is that I acquired an EP5. There was no 4. The 4 translates in Japanese as an unlucky word, I believe, so there often isn't a 4 in Japanese ranges, but the lovely walnut grip there on the EP5 is really something that stands out for me. Also has a tilty screen, which makes it different from the earlier models, and a 16 megapixel sensor. So that's the main. There are also some internal differences, of course, but those are the main ones. As you can see, very similar look, so I can't really justify cost-wise of having both on my shelves, even as a collector. The EP range, there is a lot of similarity across them, so I don't have the completest need to have the complete set. Again, you can see that between the 1 and the 3, aside from the colour, not a huge difference. So So the 3 will be sold, and the 5 will stay in my collection. And Olympus also had the EPL line, the L standing for light. So generally a lesser quality build than the EPs, although they did share the same sensors. This is the EPL1, so first in the line, which is why I wanted to buy it, although it's not a particularly inspiring camera to look at. It's the first, so I wanted it. And I also have the EPL8, which is a camera I bought twice, because first time I bought it, that was when I was rediscovering digital photography. I then sold it to fund the purchase of my Pen F, and then decided, once I started collecting the Olympus lines, I realised I had to have this one back because I think it's a beautiful example. I love the tan leather. And here's a couple of shots taken with my first EPL8 in Eastbourne, England. Next we have the EM range of cameras, of which there was the 5 and the 10, and this one is the 10, released in 2014 with a 16 megapixel sensor. So it has more greater functionality than the other ranges. Also has the viewfinder. I used this one for scanning negatives mostly, but it's another one that I'll be selling because I have bought the other version, the EM5, which is actually a slightly earlier camera, 2012, but slightly better build quality, and crucially is weather sealed, which is why I wanted it for an upcoming trip. I wanted to have a weather sealed option in my cameras. Otherwise, very, very similarly spec'd to the 10. And as you can see, visually they are very, very similar. The 10 looks slightly smaller, but from a distance you're hard pushed to tell the difference between them. So the 10's going to go. Next we have my main camera, sort of something of my pride and joy at the moment, which is the Pen F itself. This is obviously a very well-known camera, absolutely beautiful camera. Not much more to say about it. Released in 2016, produced till 2019, 20 megapixel sensor. The grip is a third-party grip which I've added. I don't usually go for added grips, but I did like the look of that one, so that's why it was. I decided to give it a go. It's a fully articulating screen, as does the EM models as well. And yeah, not much more to say about it. It's just absolutely beautiful, which is why I have it. And here is just a few shots taken with the Pen F in Rye Harbour and Seaford, both on the south coast in England. And next up we have the OM system OM3. I say we have because it's not actually mine, it belongs to my wife. But yes, this is a 2025 camera, the latest camera in the range, if you like, although it is obviously OM system has taken over from Olympus. Most people consider it to be essentially the same company, I think, so worthy of inclusion here. But yes, it's a very, very lovely camera, and I would be very jealous of my wife if I didn't have the Pen F. But this brings me back to why I skipped this camera earlier, which is the Olympus OM10 film camera, which again is my wife's because I bought it for her when she was buying the OM3, just as something to show just how nicely the OM3 mimics the earlier range of film cameras. The OM10 itself was released in 1979 and is of course one of their range of compact SLR cameras. And here are a couple of shots taken with that OM10 film camera in Seaford. And that is it for my Olympus collection. As it's a bit of a cheat because, as I say, I'm going to sell 2 of them, but there are other cameras that I will be adding at some point. In particular, there was another range of micro four thirds cameras, the E-P range, just a couple of those, but they were slightly smaller, so I'm interested in potentially getting the E-P-1, and also the Olympus Ace, which is a film camera and was the only interchangeable lens rangefinder camera that Olympus ever made. So I'd be very interested in getting one of those because I do like a rangefinder. So I think that's all I have to say on the subject now, so thank you very much for watching.